Hey, welcome everyone. I am so glad that you are here today. Just having one issue. One issue. Let's see if we can get it fixed. Just give me 1 second here. Why is this not working? Come on. Let's see. Perhaps that'll work. Perhaps not. Perhaps this is the only shot we have today. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that's it. Welcome everyone for joining me today. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to the topic that I want to talk about today, which is don't. You know what? Let me just start again. Oh my God. Let me just start again. Here we go. Okay. Don't give them a reason. It's like the golden rule of being a mature adult, you know. It's something we should all strive for, unless you're a cat, in which case you can probably do whatever you want. People still gonna love you, you know. But here's the thing, folks. When we give someone a reason, we're just letting them win. We're giving them exactly what they want, a reaction. And in today's society, that's exactly what the trolls and the haters want. They want to provoke a reaction. They want to see the world burn. It's like the old saying goes, you know, if you argue with a fool, it's hard to tell who the bigger fool is. Let's be real. Giving people a reason never ends well. It's like going to Taco Bell after a night of drinking. Seems like a good idea at the time, and you always regret it later. Because when you give someone a reason, you're giving away your power. You're letting them control your emotions and your actions. That's not the place you want to be. What's the solution? Just don't give them a reason. Let it go. Be like Elsa from Frozen, right? She does not have 99 problems. My name is Tom Coffee. This is the Coffee and Nuance Show, the best censored commentary and news show live right now. Flame on. Okay. Welcome, everyone. For whatever reason, I am getting a big error. And I can't seem to switch anything here. Don't know what's going on with that. So, I guess I won't be switching cameras today or anything like that. Yeah, not sure why it's working. But anyway, I'm just going to let it go too. I'm not going to give people a reason. I guess what I did, I just blew it, right? I just gave you a reason to tune out today. But I'm going to give you a reason to tune in. This idea of not giving people a reason, it really does show what you feel about your own ego, okay? If you're doing things that are on the edge and you keep it up, you're just giving people a reason to take you down. And often there's not a good reason on the other side. Maybe you've posted all kinds of nonsense on Facebook for the last 20 years or whatever. No one's going back and reading your posts. The only people that are going to go back and read posts or search through your old posts are HR people at your new company, right? People trying to get you fired. If you have a Twitter account for 10 years and you've said all kinds of nonsense, mores and values change over time. There's no reason for keeping it up there. Just delete it. It's like the ego that people have. Like, no, I'm going to keep everything I've ever posted on social media. I'm going to keep it alive. You're just looking for a problem. You're just giving them a reason. if I had videos that were keeping me from being monetized, for example, I just delete them. You know, if it turned out that I made a series of how awesome QAnon was, let it go. Just delete it. And I think that this is an issue for a lot of people today because they think, well, no one's going through my old Twitter feed. What's the big deal? I don't know. Just let it go and move forward. I really think if you're trying to live in the past, that's not a productive thing to do. You want to live into the future. That's where you want to concentrate. Concentrating on the past, not great. Anyway, we've got an interesting show today. Apparently, I can't do any graphics other than the chyrons here at the bottom. I don't know what that is about. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Nope. Can't seem to switch this screen, so that's all we got today. Oh well, that's okay. But the stories that I want to talk about today are keto and paleo. There have been some new studies that say it's really bad, and I want to talk about that. Also, this really funny story out of Dallas where someone got fired for saying bruh. Hey, bruh. He called the mayor bruh, or she called the mayor bruh, as in bro, you know. And that was a problem. A group of students had their passports shredded, and we're going to talk about having a plan B, and sometimes why that's better. And lastly, for some good news, I want to talk about a new service that's going on, but it's to get a facelift, if you will, for your signature. You know, a lot of people don't like their signature, and now they're turning to calligraphers and artists to help them develop a better signature. So I want to talk about that. So let's just get into this first story. Keto and paleo, bad, apparently. A study by Tulane universities found that the keto and paleo diets, which are popular for weight loss, are among the worst for overall nutritional quality and the environment. Study examined 6 popular diets, including vegan, pescatarian, and assigned point values based on the Federal Healthy Eating Index. The keto diet, which prioritizes high amounts of fat and low amounts of carbs, had the highest carbon footprint, 6.6 pounds of carbon dioxide per 1,000 calories consumed. The paleo diet, which eschews grains and beans in favor of meats, nuts, and vegetables, also had a high carbon footprint. Vegan diets had the lowest carbon footprint, generally 1.5 pounds of carbon dioxide per 1,000 calories consumed. Now, when we look at these things, we really should look at them how it affects us personally. You know, you don't necessarily need to do anything ideal every time. Everything doesn't have to be ideal for yourself. What you want to do is choose something that works, something that you can keep doing, something that's sustainable, right? So in this, for losing weight, you know, I don't think you should be that concerned with maybe the nutrition or the carbon footprint. If you can use the paleo diet to help you lose weight, and you do that for 90 days or something like that, I think the benefit will outweigh whatever the cost is in most cases. If you can't do, if there's the ideal diet, a lot of people can't do. You try doing a vegan diet and you just can't satiate yourself. It didn't work for a lot of people. You know, they need to have some protein to, their body chemistry is different. And so I really want to caution people when they see these studies that say, oh, this isn't healthy or this isn't sustainable, it is not good for the environment. Do what is good for you. Okay? That's the number one thing. If you can do a diet that's not ideal, but it works, well, that's much better than the ideal diet that doesn't work. It's the same thing with exercise, you know? Everything, if you want to live a longer, healthier life, physical exercise is one of the best things that you can do for it. I think everyone should get some amount of exercise every day. It doesn't have to be ideal. If it's just walking around the park or putting on some music in the kitchen while you're so you can do a little dancing while you're doing dishes. It doesn't have to be ideal. Nothing in life is ideal. If things had to be perfect, nothing would ever happen. So in this case where we're talking about diets, don't worry about perfect. Just pick what can work for you. That's it on that. Let's get to the next story, shall we? Now this one is really made me laugh. Dallas Morning News fires reporter for calling mayor bruh on Twitter. I used to live in Dallas years ago, so I'm very familiar with the Metroplex. Megan Mangrum, a journalist at the Dallas Morning News, was fired for addressing the mayor of Dallas, Eric Johnson, as bruh in a tweet. Mangrum had responded to a tweet by the mayor criticizing local media for their coverage in crime. She argued that national news is always going to follow a trend and encourage cultivating relationships with local news outlets. Shortly after, Mangrum was to attend a meeting on the following Monday and was fired 3 days later. Dallas News Guild, a union that Mangrum was part of, organized a protest in front of the newspaper's headlines to demonstrate against her firing. Now this is funny, but it does go with the theme of don't give them a reason, you know? It may be funny to just reply to people, bruh. Now, if you're not familiar with that, I have a graphic that I can't pull up apparently. It was a meme. It's been a meme for a number of years. I think the original picture was John Wall, who was at an NBA player with his head cocked back. But bruh is just to express frustration, right? It's just a dumb meme. But you're thinking, why did they make such a big deal about this? That she said bruh and then went into the thing on her tweet. Well, apparently it's racial because the mayor of Dallas is black, and apparently saying bruh to someone that is black is somehow racist. I don't see that at all. It's just a meme, bro, you know? But this journalist gave him a reason. It might be funny to and it could be something that you use all the time. In fact, there were all kinds of tweets that she had where she started it with bruh. That's a professional. You're a professional journalist. And you gave them a reason to fire you. So congratulations. That joke cost you your job. And now when people Google your name, unfortunately, they will have the media saying that you did something racist and that's why you were fired. I don't believe that at all. That's not how I would judge it. But you've given them a reason because you had to try to be funny. I don't know. I'm not saying you can't make jokes, but if you're a professional journalist, probably starting a tweet with bruh, it's just not professional, you know? And that is what it is. I don't think you should have been fired for it. I don't think you should be tarred and feathered and tainted as this has anything to do with race, because I don't see it that way. And I think that most people wouldn't see it that way. And if you looked at the meme has nothing to do with race, but, you know, give him a reason. So that's the consequence of that. Yeah. And one thing I wanted to say is I really only try to do stories that I find interesting or amusing or that I get something out of. That is a commitment that I've made, for this show that gets, a dozen viewers. And some days the articles are a lot more interesting to me, and some days they're not. And I'm not going to pretend like I'm not going to spend 15 minutes on an article if I'm not really that interested in it. That's one of the cool things that I saw when I started seeing international TV shows. Like I would watch like the Australian version of Survivor. It's not confined to making it 44 minutes every episode. So if something really exciting is happening and they've got a really good story going on, it could be an hour and a half. And sometimes there's not a whole lot happening that week, and so the episode is only half an hour. We don't have to have shows that are certain lengths of time. And so I just wanted to tell you that today's show, probably not as long as shows in the future, because these articles today, while I find them kind of interesting and amusing, there's not a whole lot of depth that I can get into them, okay? So here's the story. Walsall pupils stranded after hotel shreds 41 passports, okay? A group of 36 teenagers from Barbeacon School in Walsall, UK, have been stranded in the U.S. after their passports were destroyed in a hotel fire in New Hampshire. The group was due to return home from a skiing trip on Saturday, but had to stay 4 more days to obtain emergency travel documents. The school's head said that she's proud of her staff for managing a very challenging situation. The group is now in New York and is expected to return to the UK on Wednesday. Guess this story's a couple days old. British Embassy is processing their applications for emergency travel documents. And this kind of goes with the theme. Don't give them a reason. Now, that's why it's always good to have a backup plan. I'm not saying that everyone should be so concerned that everything is backed up every single time, but having a backup plan is a good thing. If you are a U.S. citizen and you have a passport, you should have a passport because you should be traveling, going out and seeing the world. They actually have a passport card now as well. I have one, and they only cost an additional $30. So it's a little metal ID card, and it's like a Visa backup, if you will. Now, you can't use this to travel internationally outside of Canada or Mexico, I believe. But it is an official ID, and it is a good backup for your passport. So if you were traveling overseas, you can have your passport with you. You can take your passport card and put it back at the hotel, or vice versa, whatever that may be. So if there's an emergency, you've got a backup plan, and you haven't given them a reason for kicking you out of the country or having to miss your flight or whatever it happens to be. I'm sharing this with you because perhaps you didn't know about this passport card, and it's only $30. So if you're doing some overseas traveling, I think it's a fantastic insurance to have as a backup in case anything happens to your regular passport. So that's all I have about that. And let's get to, I guess, good news. Okay. Do you hate your signature? You can try plastic surgery for autographs. This is a trend has emerged where people are hiring calligraphers to redesign their signatures in a range of styles. Professionals, including doctors and lawyers, as well as famous people, have hired signature doctors to create unique autographs as they feel their current signature does not reflect their identity. The calligraphers offer various styles, including elegant, subtle, dramatic, sharp, classic, artistic, condensed, curvy, legible, and even illegible. Templates and stencils are provided, and the client can practice their new signature to achieve the best results. However, some are concerned that these unique signatures could be more easily replicated by fraudsters. So the trend has raised some questions about security. Now, this is just kind of a light story, but I've always liked signatures. I had to come up with a signature when I was a kid, and the T for Tom, for me, I took from a signature. I think I went to a Sears or something in Oakland, California when I was a kid, and one of the Oakland Raiders was there. I don't remember which one. He's not a famous one, but he was there doing a autograph signing, and he signed it to Tom, and I liked the T was just kind of a swoopy 7, like a rounded 7 looking thing, and I liked that look, and I said, that's how I'm going to do my signature. So as a kid, I practiced that for my own signature. But that's kind of fun. Are you happy with your signature? Because I've seen a lot of adults with some pretty lame looking signatures. They look like, I don't know, like a middle school girl's signature, just kind of bubbly and not very unique, shall we say. So that's something that some people have considered, is upgrading their signature, hiring some professionals to get something that looks really good, especially if you have the type of job where your signature is being seen all the time. That's kind of neat. I think one of the coolest signatures I saw was, the former president. Looked like he spent a lot of time working on that. There's a lot of strokes, but I think that's pretty cool. That's kind of the good news, just to think about having a positive signature. I don't have a whole lot today, and obviously my equipment has failed me, so I got more stuff to work on for that. But hang around in the after show. I'll talk to everyone in the comments, and I hope you have a beautiful day. See you tomorrow. It's a Friday. It's a Fact Check Friday, and I better have a good one for you. I'll see you then. Peace. All right. Hey, thanks everybody for being here. Still playing. There we go. All right, there we go. Yeah, I ran into some technical difficulties today. Oh, yeah, ran into some technical difficulties. So, oh well, we're still gonna work on that. But let's talk in the comments. I like. Looks like we got like 14 people here. That's fantastic. We only got 8 likes. What's up, 14 people watching live? We should have 14 likes. Likes are free. I appreciate likes. That lets me know that I'm doing something right. But anyway, what's up, party people? I got a beer, some bagel chips, and hummus. I am ready. Hey, what's up, Muggsy? I know Muggsy is over in Berlin, different time zone. So, I'm on the West Coast. It's noon here. I guess noon I could have a beer, but typically I don't drink this early. So cheers, Prost, Muggsy. What do you call a second chance for a wasp? Plan B. Ba-dum-bump. V. Gates. Nice. Yeah, wir gehen. All right, looks like we got some Deutsche Sprecher in der Chat. Das Chat? Der Chat? I don't even know what chat. What that would be. Let's see. Bruh is a slang way of saying bro, short for brother. Yeah. What's up, bruh? Often, to me, it kind of sounds like bra, right? But bruh, I don't know. I'm probably a bit too old to be saying that, so I still say bro. But it's a good meme. Um, yeah. Yeah, Scott Adams really gave him a reason. He absolutely gave him a reason. I think that Scott Adams knew that, and I think this will play out in an interesting thing in the future. I don't think it's all what it appears right now. I think he's got a plan, but we'll see. His math was way off. Okay. So, Tom, you're saying we should have multiple passports. Yeah, you should. I think having a plan B is good. I'm working on having more than one citizenship. I think that's a good plan B, just in case you don't know what's going to happen, in this world or in this country. It's good to have a plan B. But as far as an American passport, you're not allowed to have two American passports. But this passport card you can have, and it'll get you back into the country. It's only $30. I think it's I really think that it's a good backup plan. And often, if you believe in jinxes or not, it's kind of like the reverse jinx. If you have a passport and you have your passport card as a backup, then nothing ever happens to your passport, right? But if you say, oh, I don't need a passport card, then you've jinxed the entire vacation and something's going to happen to your passport. I know jinxes aren't real, but, they are kind of. Let's see. My signature is awful. I can never make a good one. I'm happy with my signature. I like my signature, but I've kind of obsessed about that since I was a kid on doing that. See, Bill Ayers says, Tom Coffey, the voice of reason, middle of the road, playing it safe all the way. Yeah, and I'm not saying you always have to play it safe. I'm just saying that a lot of times you got to weigh the pros and the cons. And like I have a friend who was fired, and because he kept saying hun and darlin' and stuff like that, which was fine when we were younger, but you just can't say, okay, hun, now in a professional environment. And he just thought he was being the, amusing middle-aged guy and using those terms. But he said it to a Gen Z who got really upset that he said hun or darlin' or something like that. And HR got rid of him for being a misogynist, for saying, for using that. So yeah, don't give him a reason. Let's see. Doug's here. What's up, Doug? Legalese, I see 10. I always forget that. Done. Thanks, Martin, for hitting the like button. Danke. Muggsy, appreciate that. Yash stimmt. What chat could mean in German? Good idea to delete all the old posts. It should be automated. There are free services, and I guess nothing's free. They take information or whatever. But there are free services that you can sign up and just have mass delete old tweets. I think you should. No one's reading your tweets from a year ago. I just say delete all the old tweets that are over a year old and just be gone with them. You don't need something from 10 years ago coming back to haunt you because you have to try to explain a joke and explain how you meant it one way, but it didn't mean it that. It's kind of like this bruh thing today, with the journalist saying bruh. Who knows? Maybe 10 years from now, bruh is like super racist or something. Or because I know that like half of the insults, I'm going to say more than half of the vocabulary when I was in high school is completely not used today and cannot be repeated. And I believe that one of those words I heard all the time from some teachers. They would use it as well. It wasn't a necessarily bad term, but today it is. Let's see. Mostly just using it as an extreme example of what Tom was saying. He did say crazy to me, though. He did. Okay. Can't read my signature. It's good to have a signature that you can't read. You can say chat in German. It works. Is it der Chat, das Chat, die Chat? What is it? I would go das Chat. I don't know. Yeah, I recently published a book and spent a bunch of time practicing, many hours for book signings, and it still looks awful. Legalese. That's I'll have to talk to you about your book someday. So that's but yeah, we need a cool signature if we're going to be signing books for people. Anyway, that's all I think I have today. Today I don't know. Something just wasn't right in the air. My equipment failed me. I can't change. Oh wait, there we. Oh, I guess I could change a little bit, but it is what it is. Tomorrow, Fact Check Friday. I'll have something good, I promise. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.